Wei WuXian had stepped on a curse. And somehow, the curse had turned the most troublesome student at the cloud recesses into an adorable 4-year-old. Within a single day, little Wei Ying had managed to charm almost everyone at the cloud recesses without even trying. The disciples adored him. Lan Wangji found him amusing. Even the rabbits seemed to have accepted him as one of their own. And Lan Wangji? Lan Wangji had been left with the impossible task of looking after the tiny version of the boy who had spent the past few months driving him completely mad. Because just that morning, Wei WuXian had been 15 years old. His rival. His greatest source of headaches. The student who seemed to treat every one of the Gusu Lan rules as a personal challenge. But now, he was 4. And he had absolutely no idea who Lan Wangji was. So how did this happen? It had started during a night hunt. The two 15-year-old disciples had been sent together into the forest after reports of a strange spirit disturbing travelers on the mountain road. Neither of them was particularly pleased about the arrangement, especially Lan Wangji. Wei WuXian walked several steps ahead, swinging his sword casually at his side. Lan Zhan, he called over his shoulder. You know, if you keep following me this closely, people might think we're friends. Lan Wangji continued walking. Wei Ying. What? Focus. Wei WuXian grinned. I am focused. He turned around while walking backward. I'm focusing on annoying you. Lan Wangji's expression remained perfectly calm, but his eyes narrowed slightly. Wei WuXian laughed. There. I knew I could make you angry. I am not angry. You're definitely angry. I am not. Then smile. Lan Wangji said nothing. Wei WuXian's grin widened. See? You can't. Before Lan Wangji could respond, Wei WuXian suddenly stopped. His expression changed. Something was beneath his foot. A faint crimson glow began spreading across the ground. Lan Wangji's eyes sharpened. Wei Ying, don't move. Wei WuXian looked down. Oh, the smile disappeared from his face. That's probably not good. The symbols beneath his foot suddenly illuminated. A curse array. Lan Wangji moved instantly. Wei Ying. The array erupted with brilliant light. Wei WuXian was thrown backward. Lan Wangji caught him, or tried to, but the force of the curse sent both of them staggering apart. The forest went completely silent. Then the light vanished. Lan Wangji slowly opened his eyes. Wei Ying. There was no answer. He looked around. Nothing. Then he heard a tiny voice behind him. Gege. Lan Wangji froze. He turned, and his entire world seemed to stop. Sitting in the grass was a little boy. He couldn't have been more than 4 years old. His black hair was slightly disheveled. His cheeks were round. His silver-gray eyes were wide with confusion. And the moment he saw Lan Wangji, his expression brightened. The little boy stood up unsteadily, then held out both arms. Gege. Lan Wangji stared at him. For several seconds, he couldn't speak. The boy took a tiny step toward him. Carry. Lan Wangji finally understood. This wasn't another trick. This wasn't Wei Ying pretending to annoy him. The curse had actually changed him. His body, his voice, and judging from the innocent expression on his face, perhaps even his memories. Lan Wangji slowly knelt before him. The little boy immediately climbed into his arms. He settled against Lan Wangji's chest as though he trusted him completely. Lan Wangji looked down at the tiny face resting against him. Just hours ago, this boy had been his loud, reckless, infuriating rival. Now, he was completely helpless. Lan Wangji tightened his hold slightly. We're returning to the cloud recesses. The little boy looked up at him. Where? Home. The answer came before Lan Wangji could think about it. And somehow, that single word felt strangely important. Lan Wangji carried him through the forest. He had no idea that by the time they reached the cloud recesses, everything between him and Wei Ying would begin to change.